Imagine this. It's New Year's Eve, 1993. Hundreds of people are celebrating in one of the most luxurious casinos in Nepal. The night is filled with cheers, laughter, and excitement. But as the clock strikes midnight, something unbelievable happens. The casino's doors lock, security guards fall unconscious, and in a matter of hours, $600 million vanishes without a trace. How did 6 thieves pull off one of the greatest heists in history, right under everyone's noses? A heist so daring it's still unsolved to this day. Want to know how they did it? Stick around, because we're diving deep into the legendary Royal Casino heist that left the world speechless. It was the night of December 31st, 1993, and the atmosphere at Nepal's Royal Casino was nothing short of electric. The casino, nestled in the heart of Kathmandu, was hosting one of its grandest New Year's Eve celebrations. The party was in full swing, with hundreds of guests from all over the world gathered to ring in the new year. Laughter, clinking glasses, and the soft whirl of roulette wheels filled the air. More than 200 people, rich tourists, high rollers, and eager gamblers, were lost in the excitement of the night, unaware that they were about to be part of one of the most daring robberies ever staged. In the midst of the celebration, 6 men, smartly dressed and carrying themselves with the poise of VIP guests, made their entrance. They appeared wealthy and sophisticated, blending seamlessly into the high society crowd. What nobody realized, not even the head of security, who personally welcomed them, was that these men were not here to celebrate. They were here to steal, planning a heist that would go down in history. The 6 thieves had arrived with boxes wrapped in festive ribbons, which they claimed were sweets to share with the other guests. It was New Year's Eve, after all, and no one questioned the kind gesture. The security staff, already familiar with these men from their previous visits and their reputation as wealthy patrons, didn't bother to check the boxes. What they didn't know was that these innocent-looking packages contained more than just sweets. Hidden inside were weapons, carefully concealed. Once inside, the thieves moved swiftly. They each went to different gaming tables, playing high-stakes games and flashing large amounts of cash. Their presence drew attention, and many assumed they were simply wealthy gamblers enjoying the night. The casino staff, familiar with these so-called VIPs, were even more charmed when one of the thieves, standing up from his poker game, made a grand announcement. "Ladies and gentlemen," he began, his voice ringing out across the casino, "today is not just any night, it's New Year's Eve, and tomorrow we will step into a brand new year, 1994. To celebrate this special occasion, my friends and I would like to pay for dinner and drinks for everyone in this room. Guests, staff, security guards, everyone. Consider it our gift to you." Cheers erupted across the floor. The guests, already in high spirits, were thrilled at the unexpected generosity. Drinks were ordered in abundance. The dinner buffet overflowed with food, and the casino employees, security guards included, let their guard down to join in the celebration. All eyes were on the thieves, but not for the reasons one might expect. They were now the heroes of the night, the benevolent benefactors spreading joy. Midnight approached, and as the clock struck 12, the casino exploded with noise. Fireworks lit up the sky outside, and the festive mood was at its peak. As promised, the thieves began handing out the sweets they had brought along. These weren't just any sweets. They were from the finest confectionery in Kathmandu, known for its high-quality, irresistible treats. The guests and staff happily accepted the sweets, biting into the sugary delights with glee. But soon, something strange began to happen. Slowly but surely, people started feeling unusually drowsy. It started with the security guards, the very people responsible for ensuring the safety of the casino. They began nodding off at their posts, followed by the casino's chief of security, who collapsed into his chair, fast asleep. Even the casino manager, who had been keeping an eye on the evening's activities, felt the effects of the drugged sweets. One by one, almost everyone inside the casino, except for the thieves, fell into a deep, drug-induced sleep. With the security staff and most of the guests unconscious, the thieves wasted no time. They swiftly rounded up the remaining conscious guests and casino employees, forcing them into a large hall. After locking the doors from the outside, they turned their attention to the casino's safe. Located in the basement, heavily guarded and thought to be impenetrable. But they had an advantage. The thieves had been preparing for this moment for months. The casino manager, although semi-conscious, still had the keys to the safe in his pocket. One of the thieves expertly slipped them out and led the group down to the basement. What they found when they opened the vault was beyond their wildest expectations. Inside was a fortune. $600 million in cash, neatly stacked and waiting to be stolen. The thieves moved quickly, knowing time was of the essence. They packed the money into large bags, filling a total of 22 sacks with cash. Once the bags were filled, they carried them outside, where a truck had been waiting for them. Loading the money onto the truck, they locked up the remaining staff and security guards inside the building and sped off into the night, heading straight for the airport. The thieves had planned everything down to the last detail. They had already arranged a cargo plane to fly the truck and the money out of the country. As dawn approached, the sleeping guests and casino employees began to wake up, groggy and confused. It didn't take long for them to realize what had happened. The casino had been robbed. Chaos ensued as the police were called, and a manhunt for the thieves began. The police, with the help of the casino staff, tracked the truck and began pursuing it. The chase was intense, with the police closing in on the thieves. Realizing they were running out of time and options, the thieves made a desperate decision. As they approached a bridge over a river, they drove the truck off the edge and into the water, hoping to escape. But the police were faster than they expected, and within minutes, the thieves were surrounded and arrested. However, when the police opened the back of the truck, they were met with a shocking surprise. The bags of money were gone. Despite being caught, the $600 million had vanished, leaving both the police and the casino owners in disbelief. How had the thieves managed to make the money disappear? Where had they hidden it? The mystery of the missing fortune added an even more thrilling twist to the already dramatic heist. The robbery had been carefully planned for months. The thieves had arrived in Kathmandu 6 months earlier, posing as wealthy businessmen. They rented a luxurious house close to the Royal Casino, paying the landlord far more than the asking price to avoid any suspicion. They threw lavish parties, drove expensive cars, and made sure to blend into the local high society. But their real focus was always on the Royal Casino. For 5 months, the thieves meticulously studied the casino, its staff, and its security measures. They made friends with the casino employees, including the security guards. Inviting them over for drinks and dinners, they gained their trust while secretly gathering crucial information. By the time December 31st arrived, they knew everything they needed to pull off the heist. The number of security guards, the location of the manager's keys, and most importantly, the fact that the casino kept its largest amount of cash on hand during New Year's Eve, because the banks would be closed the next day. One small twist in the tale involved a young man named Satpal. Satpal had moved into a room near the thieves' rented mansion, hoping to find work in the city. Lazy and easily distracted, Satpal spent most of his time watching the comings and goings of his wealthy neighbors, dreaming of befriending them and benefiting from their riches. One day, Satpal overheard part of their conversation as they discussed their plans to get rich. Though he didn't fully understand what they were up to, his curiosity was piqued. Eager to be part of whatever these rich men were doing, Satpal approached the thieves and offered to help them, pretending he knew nothing. Initially suspicious, the thieves soon realized he posed no threat. They promised to help him find work, although they had no intention of doing so. From that moment on, Satpal became a familiar face around the mansion, though he remained clueless about their true plans. The thieves executed their heist with precision and, in the aftermath, left the world wondering, how had they made $600 million disappear without a trace? To this day, the Royal Casino heist of 1993 remains one of the most daring and mysterious robberies in history.